the curtains, dim the lights, let's start the show. Another week of Upland news, let's fucking go. Every day in Upland there's a stream for you. Different types of players and their points of view. Saturdays are for the Clue Crew, and we've got a lot to chew through, keeping tabs on all we can and sticking it to the man.
I'm not your lawyer, your banker, or your mother. Do your own research and make your own damn decisions. Welcome to the Clue Crew, where each week we discuss the various news, facts, and rumors. We're putting our heads together to try to solve the mystery that is Upland. I'm Skoobie, and with me today is Sirness. How are you, Sirness? How you doing?
I'm doing just fabulous. The Clue Crew it is.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the reasoning behind that name should be pretty fucking obvious to anybody. You know, Scooby, clues, mysteries, and Upland is never upfront about just really anything. So we have to solve it. We have to work together. It's really the only way. It's the only way. All right. Let's make sure that everything is working correctly. I've never live streamed before in this capacity. Um, Somebody send a chat. Let us know if we're actually coming through. Just, are we on?
Testing, raise your hand, like us.
Oh, no, we might not be. All right, well, it's recording anyway, so if nothing else, I'll just post it later. It says that it's excellent. It says we have 4 concurrent viewers, so I guess? All right.
It's all part of the detection and Scooby styling. I mean, you never know.
No. Yeah, and I've done my best to try and make sure that our audio comes in like relatively equal to each other. Try to keep an eye on that as we go. But again, first time. That's why I named it Episode 0, the pilot. We're working out. Hey, at least we're here this time. At least we're here.
Rock and roll.
Joey says, "Hey, everything working? LOL." Which I hope that's a statement and not a question. I hope he's saying, yeah, everything's working. It's great. If he's asking a question, uh-oh. All right. So, it's potentially possible that people watching don't know who we are. I know, seems unlikely, but it is possible. I'm Scooby. I've been playing since February 14th, 2021. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I'm sure I have something to apologize in that regard. But so yeah, that's I've been here since then. How long have you been playing, Sirness?
Sounds like a labor of love on your part with
I don't know how my wife feels about that.
2022, and I'm not sure if I've decided whether this is a labor of love or a labor of something else, but I do love being here, but it can be a labor sometimes, and sometimes it's fun. It's all a balancing act, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a balancing act, and when you talk about it going from a labor of love to a labor of some other sort, it reminds me of the ancient Greek tale. Was it Sisyphus who has to keep pushing the boulder up to the top of the hill? He gets to the top,
Oh,
has to fucking start all over again, and sometimes to an extent, yeah, it's not unlike how it feels. All
right.
right, so
Totally.
we got a Joey said it is a statement, so we have the official yes, we are here. City Pigeon's here saying hey everyone, what's up Scoob and all that. And also that the labor might be like child labor. Well, we'll just see about that with the uppies coming in. Who knows how the laws are gonna work? I might be able to get a couple uppy kids in my grocery shops, just like the olden
We don't
days.
know children. Is this a mature uppies group, or are these children that we're going to have to be hand holding everywhere? So
I tell you what. Well, and honestly, jokes aside, the question of whether or not Upland is a game for adults or if it's okay for children, it's been debated in a serious capacity and in a joking capacity for years. Not in part because of the rating system. In some places, it's 18 plus, and I think I saw that someone said in the country it's like 4 plus. So
I think it also depends
it
on the
varies.
app. Some apps will define it differently. It'll all be interesting how this evolves. And I think, too, the other component is it seems like Upland is continuing to veer more toward gaming as opposed to pure metaverse. And with that being said, if it's more of a game, you almost want to appeal to a younger audience, I would think. So it's going to be an interesting branding
Mm-hmm.
positioning how
They,
things.
they've definitely pivoted. No, you're 100% right. I mean, especially over the years. I remember when I first started, it was way more crypto focused.
Sure.
Now, to be fair, crypto and in particular NFTs were the hot ticket item at the time. So, of course, to an extent, they leaned into that. And as that faded out of trendy, they pivoted away or leaned out of it. You know, to a degree that is completely understandable. I think they leaned out too much. There are certain elements that they didn't make NFTs that I think should be NFTs just because of the transactional nature of NFTs, like being
Sure.
able to build these structures.
Right. That would
Um,
be really cool if there was an NFT that you could mint in some way too. With
like
these,
and I
yeah,
know Pigeon's waiting for this, like a blueprint.
exactly.
I can't. Every time I use the term blueprint. He always corrects me that like no, they had that. They had that. It has been a thing. Which also, not too loud. I'm a little too loud. Kids asleep. But yeah, blueprints. Like he's right though. They haven't been used obviously much, but they are a thing. Which, if they are a thing in that regard, and they were in the asset wallets in that regard, I assume they could have been traded, like, right, with like the cafes and whatnot, before
For
they were,
sure.
because you had to burn them to make the thing. Anyway,
That's I remember that. Yes. Uh-huh.
but yeah,
So who
working on it.
knows? Mysteries among many.
No kidding. Oh man. All right. So, let's see
Wanted
here.
to interject for those watching and wondering, in the spirit of the whole Clue Crew, I'm also technologically dealing with something right now. I admit I'm hard of hearing, and in a good way. Part of my life, but I'm without hearing aids at the moment, out of commission. So I'm doing a little bit of a walkie-talkie style way of responding today. So in case you're wondering, I think it kind of looks good too with being a detective here.
Oh no, yeah, no, totally. It's a great vibe. Um, all right. Let's start a little bit and talk about where do I have it here? No, not that one. About them pausing the hood ratings. I know I just saw it. Well,
That's a
whatever.
big deal.
You know what we're talking about. What do you think about them pausing the hood ratings to account for the uppies coming in and how that's going to be changing the pointing system because of the different influences and all that jazz? Do you
For
like that
sure.
they're pausing the hood ratings, or do you think that that's bullshit?
It's a little bit of everything, but my biggest beef and concern with it is it's just the same MO we're used to with Upland is we're here trying to sort through FOMO and reasoning, and we don't know what extent the UPE system is going to be interweaved with the neighborhood rating system. So it, you can either put a bunch of marbles in and hope it works out whichever way things roll out and shake out, or you don't put in the marbles and then maybe that works out well, or again you miss out and there's no sign of what's to come. So it's a total mystery. I mean, it's and I don't know. I know talking with some of the marquee hoods
Oh shit.
in Upland that they some are planning and some are like, okay, uh, here's another boulder to roll with in Upland, and there's It just is what it is.
It not only is what it is, in my opinion, it is what it has always been with Upland. That's why you're talking about them leaving us in the dark and about something that may never come to really be. They wouldn't do that to us. No, no, but you're right. That's the half of it. Of some, we talked. Me and you have talked before about the original roadmap and how crazy it is. Of the comparing and contrasting what was on there versus what it is now versus what we have now versus what will never come. It's wackadoo. It's
And the other piece too is I feel for some of the pioneer neighborhoods and the Genesis node and all of those greats um, trying to stay active and relevant in a system that doesn't reward past neighborhoods
mm,
uh, more than any newer neighborhood. I think is kind of
mm-hmm.
it presents a fairness challenge that
Well,
probably will never be solved.
that fairness challenge has been there since they implemented the neighborhood ratings. I remember the day they implemented it, there was a bit of a hubbub because if I recall correctly, there weren't any points for completed structures, only points for structures being built. But this was so long after Spark had been introduced
For sure.
that all the organized places were like, "We're already fucking done. What the hell do you mean? Huh? You want us to demolish and start again?" Which, of course, between the service structures and now multiple structures on properties, here we are again. Yes, demolish and start again.
Right. Well, and actually, one of our fans here, Joey Slissos, he slid in a very unique comment that I'd like to point out
Mm,
from Upland Discord. He was saying that instead of demolishing, which actually one of the community managers recommended in chat, Joey Slisso's idea was, well, since we now have the multiple structure opportunity on properties, you don't demolish, but you add
mm,
the service structure
mm-hmm,
on the property where you already have a structure. So then you don't have to demolish things. So
mm,
that might be the best compromise to everything.
mm,
But again, we don't know how the metrics are going to shake out. This is just
mm-hmm,
a roll of the dice and just see what happens.
mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, for people that have structures on large enough properties, yeah, no, I
Oh,
absolutely would
yeah,
recommend that. But before you press that demolish button, maybe consider there's room in this
exactly.
corner. Eh? I'm gonna
Well, I think one of the better that you highlighted here or insinuated, larger properties are probably going to gain some new value.
For sure. I want to take a moment
Mhm.
here
Mhm.
and point out that we have giveaways, of course, but those are going to be later on the actual giveaways, of course. We have to decide how they're given away. And I'm going to do that in my favorite personal way versus. Anybody that has watched me stream stuff in the past, this was years ago, knows how much I love doing this kind of shit. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. The game is Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. It's exactly what it sounds like. We have teams, all right, and we're gonna go with depending on how many people here, probably teams of two, or maybe everybody be on their own team. We'll see how it goes, how many people we got in the chat, but everybody will be their own kind of army. I've got four already started off. We've got Roman warriors, Greek warriors, Egyptian warriors, all like ancienty and whatnot, and then like a medieval knight. Well, not one, a whole army of them. Anyway, first let's find out how many people we have with us. Oh shit, I can see right here. Okay, God, technology. We have 8 concurrent viewers. So, um, everybody that hold on, this must be why they're always talking about hashtags or whatever on those other streams. I listen, I don't watch. All right, everybody go for hashtag Rome in the chat, and we'll put you on a team to win some sweet, sweet prizes. And while they're doing that, I'm going to take a moment to say that this episode of the Clue Crew is brought to you by the non-alcoholic beverage Athletic Brewing Company. When you want a beer that has no alcohol, make sure it's athletic. Okay, but in all seriousness, I'm on the wagon. I don't actually drink alcohol, but I do love, beer, champagne, all that jazz. So, I know that Too Stupid to Win is Whiskey Jim or whatever, but we're going sober on the Clue Crew with a nice sober beer.
Does that help you do a bench press?
Say that again. Oh, to help me bench press.
Does that help you do a bench press, the athletic?
You know, ever since I started drinking it, I have been having an easier time with the heavy packages at work. Those heavy stickers seem less heavy. Those heavy stickers are bullshit, by the way. Just a side
Wow.
note.
Add that to my workout arsenal.
All right, let's see who we got here. All right, so there's King Cody, City Pigeon, Spy. All right, so I'm realizing now I need to actually like write down who's gonna be on what team. I've made this mistake before where I've just started it and then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't assign teams. All right, so we will start with Joey. All right, so 1 dash Joey, 2 dash King Cody. Number 3, City Pigeon. Number 4, Spy. Number 5, Puppet. Miss you, Puppet. We miss you. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and R.I.P. Joey, I already got you. King Cody, I already got you. There's Lily. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm not being too. Well, I am being too loud, but it's the up and down. I get excited. You know how it is. All right, all right. Then we got number 6, Lily. Who else here? Caskamar. Wow, there's more people than I expected. Hi guys. Caskamar. And all right. Polls are closed. There's 7 teams. All right, so I'm just gonna add 3 more. All right. So we 5, 6, 7 armies. Team. Well, hold on. Can I only do 4 teams? I did not expect this. Dun dun dun. All right, fuck it. If I can only do 4 teams, then we're just gonna double up. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
Buddy system.
Pretty much, yeah. And then somebody's just gonna be their own army. They're gonna take you all on. All right. So then, all right. So yeah, Team 1 is Roman Soldier. Team 2 is Spartan. Team 3 is Egyptian Warrior, and Team 4 is Heavy Knight. And I'm just gonna go, numbers 1 and 2 are Team 1, numbers 3 and 4 are Team 2, etc., etc. Let's start that battle. And then we'll continue on with the podcast. And in the future, I hope to be a little bit more fluent and fluid with this so that it doesn't take up so much time on this side of
I
it.
think 4 teams is great because I mean 4 is the number out there. Just saying.
Oh I actually kind of agree with that. I just meant that I'll try and be quicker about having this ready to go. While my vamping skills are unmatched, I don't want to have to waste time.
Is do and Scooby Doo somehow in some language the number 2?
Yes, it is, and the number of so let me press start on this, and then I'm gonna explain that. All right. So I started the battle.
I think
All
I
right.
rhymed too.
All right, entering. Hold on, wait. All right, so then Control Alt C left, and entering cinematic view in. Yes, got it. That takes some doing. All right. No. Okay. So, Scooby Doo, as we all know, is fantastic. Not possibly, definitely the best cartoon that's ever been created by mankind. First aired on September 13th, 1969, and a trademarked name by Hanna-Barbera, and I believe they're a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, which is a subsidiary of Evil Corp. Anyway, I didn't want to get hit with a trademark thing, and Upland, very early, like when it was like pick your name and everything, and I saw that it was crypto related, and it was tied to real world addresses and stuff. It kind of hit me that this is more than just a game. Trademark violations could come into play on down the road. I don't want to get fucked by that. So I just said, all right, well, so just change the spelling. Scooby, I changed to Skoobie, and then I straight up stole from Hot Shots Part 2. It's just a favorite movie of mine as a kid, and Yes, part deux.
What?
Deux is French for two. But
Huh.
yeah, so instead of Scooby Doo, it's Scooby Doo.
Well, there's two of us, so
Yeah, there are. It's like you're onto something there. All right.
that's a clue.
All right. So we'll change these numbers. And Cascamar, you are in a league of your own. All right, and that I had done a test run of that before, and it had taken like probably about half an hour. So should maybe finish about the end of the show. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. All right, moving on. Where was I? Totally lost my place. Oh yeah, all right. So the hood ratings are paused. It is what it is. We'll see how that goes. I hope that they are going to be tied to uppies being related to like the influence of our scores and whatnot. I really hope that means that the uppies are like on the horizon, and that because that tells me that the longer we wait for uppies to be fully implemented as a mechanic, the longer it's going to be until new neighborhoods are able to become collections, and that sucks.
And it can't be too long that it's like semi trailers or semi trucks.
Okay, all right. Side note: do you think semi trucks, the trailers, are gonna actually come, or like is that just gonna become like the never-ending joke?
It's a never ending joke that needs to be solved if
We need
the
a
upping
punchline.
is going to be taken more seriously. That's my view. That's my take.
There's a sorry, I looked like there's a gnat. There's a few gnats. They've been attacking me lately. I don't like them. Oh man. King Cody says full screen would be nice, and I mean yeah, but then you wouldn't get to see everything else. And maybe in the future I will do it full screen. It's the first show. In the future, I hope to actually have fancy transitions like PowerPoint presentations. We'll see. All right. Moving on. Oh, and don't forget, everybody, if you have a problem with Upland that you'd like to provide feedback on, you can always go to the feedback board at uplandfeedback.nolt.io, and that's going to actually, I'm making that a regular part of this. Is I'm going to have a segment being Nolt of the Week, because I personally miss the feedback channel, but Upland made it very clear. Well, I'm gonna point something out about this in a second, but way back when, Upland made it very clear that don't leave your feedback in Discord. I mean, you can, but the place to really officially do that is Nolt. Um, but it being a different website, it's hard. It's hard to really internalize that being the place to go. So I feel like it could use some more traction in that we want Upland's eyeballs on the problems that they're burying their head in the sand about.
Most agreed. Most agreed. I've put quite a. I'm, I'm kind of known as the feedback king for Note, and I do feel like it's kind of an underappreciated third party website, if you will, that actually is treated as a first party
Mm,
approach.
hmm
So the more exposure we can give to Note is definitely a hands on good thing.
What's this? Upland using a third party as a first party excuse? No, they wouldn't do that. Outsourcing?
You never know.
I know. And maybe I know I'm being a little hard, but come on. It's when you've been around this long, like it really is half good-natured ribbing. I mean, for it's like I'm still here, so I can't judge them too much for some of this.
Well, the good thing is at least the upbeat system is first layer, as far as I know. It doesn't seem like this is third party out. It doesn't seem like we're going to be at risk that it's going to be a devolution later. It seems like that's one of the excitements about this. It's the first big gamification that seems to be evolving since treasure hunting, I would even say, if unless someone wants to correct me otherwise.
Well,
So,
I guess racing.
oh yes, and racing. So
Yeah.
the third. My apologies to the racing for.
Yeah, which you don't realize this, but that's actually on like right next to your face is Upland Racing joins forces with URL. So kind of perfect pointing out though, is that the first party? They're pushing that off a little bit too, which I'm not much of a racer. I have a lot of respect for the racers, but that's just not my bag. It never was. Not competitive racing, and not as it's implemented. Casual racing, yeah, it's fun. I do it every now and then, and I do really like it as a task. But I'm just not much of a competitive person in that regard. So, you know, yeah. Are you into racing?
And obviously, it seems like my forgetfulness highlighted that as is. I do
Well, very
enjoy the task, like you said, with the go karting here and there. I just haven't gotten into it
mm,
as an everyday thing. You know,
mm.
everybody has to pick their battles on Upland, and we have the battle going on here, even. You know,
Well,
and
yeah.
it's just a matter of what you're going to do. And my slice and dice hasn't been in racing, so.
That's fair. I think the biggest barrier for me with racing is the element of live multiplayer, and that you have to have another person ready to go, like, right then.
Sure, sure.
I think that Upland being a mobile first game, which I think from the get go was the right decision, being mobile first. But part of
Mhm.
being mobile first is it does tend to lend itself to asynchronous play, and so that's where I think like treasure hunting is not asynchronous, but it's not the same as having to wait for somebody to show up. I think a game like chess, turn-based, is more suited to a game like Upland, and I think the Uppies is well, it's not really an active thing, but anyway, you get what I'm saying there. That's what I liked about Sparklet
Right.
Wars initially. Before they went to the PVE, one thing I liked about PvP with the snapshots and stuff was like you had to keep up with it, but it wasn't so direct as like literally like 5-minute rounds. You know what I mean? You had to
Yeah,
like, all right, you could check in the day and move that, and then check in again later and move that, and do it then, and just racing
yeah.
to me is a little bit more like, all right, nobody, okay, I'll try again later.
Raise your hand.
And to be fair, I know they've got servers for that, they've got people for that, there's leagues and whatnot for that, and that's great. It's also something I know I'm never gonna think to do.
Right. No, at least there's more gamification on the way. That's the
Mm.
key here. So,
I tell you what I'm
um, or to the future here.
What I'm more likely to do is watch one of these big races. I want them to get to that point of the layer two where you're in the stands looking around and you're watching the race as it's happening. My
Right, right.
Do you remember when they did the F1 racing like streams in one of the cafes or whatever that like people could show up to with their wearables and shit to watch?
Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
I showed up to one of to one of those because I thought it was for an upland race. And I was like, "Fuck yeah! All right, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's here. We're all here to watch our racers." And then I look at
Yeah.
the screen and it's actual F1 people, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess that's cool. I can watch that on my TV." So anyway, yeah, I want to be a spectator.
Go along with it and some music and such.
No doubt, no doubt. Ah, man. All right, what else we got? All right, so then of course there's the pause on the NFLPA partnership, which kind of saw that maybe coming a little bit when if you heard about the ESPN issue prior,
Mhm.
which has
Sure.
been talked about on several of the other community shows, and yeah, most people that are watching this know all about know the upland side of this, have read this article and whatnot. Here's my question. Here's my question. This makes the current legits more valuable or less valuable or has no effect on the secondary market. What do you think?
So we clearly have more scarcity, just a fundamental economic reality if there are not more legits being produced in the near future. So there's that piece. Does that create more FOMO? if there are it's been stated that there's still going to be activations for legit per Upland, um, and NFLPA assets are still going to be activated in some way. So I think there's that piece, but it's also going to be a piece where I wonder, why would a new player get involved with NFLPA legit if there's not really a partnership and not really a clear future? Uh,
And in
why would I,
fact, a scandal.
so, and exactly, there's the all the questions and frictions with it too. So, what is your take?
Well, before I give you my take, I gotta eat my hat a little bit. City Pigeon, I am sorry, I was wrong. Apparently, the first Upland season race was held in City Plaza for everyone to go and watch, and I just fucking missed it. And honestly, now I'm kind of bummed about that. Damn. Well, okay, if they ever, oh shit. Well, okay, I almost said if they ever do it again, but then, right, we don't do those anymore. we we uh we defunded our plazas. Well, what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, me personally, um, I don't know if it's that I think or I hope. I sometimes tend to be an optimist and don't let and don't be as realistic as I should be. But it's fun to be optimistic, and so what I hope slash think is that infamy is going to be a like market trend, that this scandal is going to actually the scandal of the NFLPA combined with Upland pausing everything, like no more being made and the season's about to start and stuff. I could see it making them more desirable, like almost in the same way of like a misprint on a card. Just
Sure.
like this isn't what's this hot ticket item that I'm not allowed to have the new ones of that all the cool kids have a bunch of? I want to get one of my
Hmm.
hands on those. Wobblers that don't wobble? It must be a
think
defect.
folks are going to mark them up quite a bit too. That's definitely going to happen.
I don't know. And that's the part that I'm also very interested to watch. I gotta figure out if there's an easy way to look at market trends of sales for those kinds of things. Because are people? There's so many of them. There's so
Yeah.
fucking many of them. Are people? Or are they just gonna not buy? Well, hold on. I say there's so many of them. I'm pretty sure TM owns about a third. So
Oh, right. He's the
I'm gonna
best
skew that.
for sure. I know some players are massively collecting legits, FIFA in particular for the next event. Um, Whether that means NFLPA legits,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, your point about a misprint or like misprint coin, I could see this definitely being. It's going to be a question how many players like to collect ultimately.
Mm.
Just like the collector score and the pure NFT collecting, it's a different personality
Mm-hmm.
in Upland. It's not the gaming
Mm-hmm.
as much. But if there's enough demand for that, this could skyrocket to the moon. If it's a piece where people appreciate that kind of all this um, unorthodox mystique, if you will, then it could really be something for sure. Otherwise, maybe it'll go dark.
Well,
It's
City Pigeon says that according to the search in Upland, there's about 950,000 NFLPA legits. So there's no issue for liquidity in that market. It's all there.
right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So bearing that in mind, yeah, I guess we'll just see what. I don't know if Upland is still going to do this now because of how that shit's on pause, but I bet a plan was for the cities that NFL teams belong to, uppies in those cities would be more attracted to like your house or what the fuck ever if you had more of the legits of the players on the team from that city. I'll bet they were gonna hook that into the metric of attracting the uppies to your places. Who knows if they will now?
Or maybe it's something where you attract them to the stadium of some sort. I don't know.
No, right, exactly. But there's so many of those legits,
Right.
and the teams are city based, and we're having such a thing about attracting uppies to the city. Uppies
Mhm.
are representative of we know they're gonna have different interests and shit. So football fan, I mean shit. The Philly uppie? God, I can't imagine the Philly uppie. I mean, no offense to Philadelphia, but Philadelphia like sports fans, you do you. I personally will never climb a lamppost.
I'll just enjoy a cheesesteak while we're at it.
You know what? Fair enough. All right, yeah, yeah. You can't knock the cheesesteak. I guess that's fair. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. Anyway, that's what's going on with the NFLPA. Stay tuned. We'll see. Oh, and Joey says he wants to bring the NHL NHL legits into the game. And shit, man, why not? I mean, they worked out that deal with the NFLPA. You know, asterisk now, but why not with the NHL? Why not? They got the World Cup. They got I don't I guess they actually get the Olympics, but they did something with it. I don't know.
You would think if they can get the NFL or NFLPA on board, any smaller league would be, you know, should be up for grabs.
You would think so, but then again, um, who know? I mean, who knows how that stuff? The actual conversations that happen in those rooms behind closed doors between people with job titles, I couldn't even hazard a guess. Who the fuck knows? What are you gonna do? It's just like Upland. It's just like with Upland to us trying to figure out how and when and why things happen. That's speculation is the real game in Upland and it always has been. We need to make the astronaut meme where him like, wait a minute, Upland the game has always just been speculating. Always
Hmm.
has been.
It almost is not just about what's actually happening in the announcements and the assets. I sometimes even am going as deep as what is Dirk thinking in the boardroom? Like what I'm trying to read his mind, like what his direction is. And unless you Dr. Phil that moment, you miss a contextual opportunity on where things might be headed. So I think sometimes playing out that simulation can really give a clue into that future. And like with totems, with Sparklet, Upland had to make that a success, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's the lifeblood right now of
Mm-hmm.
the future. So now the question is, okay, these paused events, is Dirk thinking something?
Mm.
Just the finances or the challenges currently, is Dirk thinking something long term with NFLPA? That's the question. I'm trying to feel out his facial expressions and his reaction in the room.
Well, I'm sure if it makes sense, it's on the roadmap. We all know this. But in all seriousness, I'd like a picture of the boardroom. I want to know what the general day-to-day working conditions of that group of people looks like. The actual environment. They don't have to be in it. I want to see the room. I'm just curious, you know. But yeah. And you're right though. It's an interesting point about how we had with the totems. They're an example of something that Upland has introduced that has been very clear is going to stick around in some form because it has been shown to be a step in in some longer term plan they have, i.e., protem to STEM and life and the nurseries and all of that. It's very similar to how we had Spud back in the day. That well, we lost Spud in the same way that we're going to lose protem, but like
Yeah,
Spud was what showed us that like okay, something here is actually happening because this shit keeps like
the
doing
wheels are
something.
right.
Yeah, yeah. That's honestly that's how I'm starting to feel about these uppies. With the uppies, the service structures, them pausing the neighborhood ratings, that's what tells me like, all right, they're really wanting to put a lot of working pieces together. I mean, not like the way that they're trying to make that transition, but they're clearly committed to it. Um,
And to add on to that too is the fact that I had players telling me, "Oh, I don't want to stake or let's hold off on building until the multiple structures piece comes with the service structures." And like the next day later, boom, we have multiple structures. Some people thought that was going to be like a
mhm.
6 months from now that we're going to have the multiple structures piece. And then all of a sudden we're having the service structures and multiple structures all come at once. And, so you can tell there's definitely a, this is not a single pronged approach. They're
Mhm.
really driving this mission.
I also think it's fair to say, I mean, so one of the things you said there. Sorry. First of all, by the way, City Pigeon asked if we're going to the Philly meetup, or maybe he asked somebody else in the chat. I don't know. But I'm not going. I don't have time or means to travel anywhere. Shit, you think I'd be in West Virginia if I could? But yeah. I ain't going. You gonna be in Philly?
I think I'll be good. I have a lot of gardening to do.
Hey, fair enough. Right on. And City Pigeon, I think you're absolutely right about Dirk's meditation enhancements, 100%. But hey, man, whatever works for you. We're still here. He's not doing he can't be doing that bad of a job, you know. Um, but yeah, with the in regards to the announcement and then featured like the boom boom boom,
Right.
um, we there was a time where it was the norm that if you got an announcement for something, that just started the clock. It was just like, all right, let's see. Like you said, 6 months, sure, you know. I do feel like starting somewhere around the time they introduce seasons, I feel like the rate of follow up um, has accelerated. That we have been faster and faster getting some element of what they announce quicker after they announce it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that totally agree.
Now, is that because they have just done such a good job in the pipeline that things are actually falling into place correctly, as opposed to the bugs and hiccups that they had been having before with city releases and whatnot? Or have they just gotten better at, like, really holding tight until they're sure about something before they even let us know?
It's definitely a quality versus quantity conundrum. And yeah, my general sense is it seems like there's more of a focus, slightly a tinge toward better quality. I think there might be realizing that non-quality is not going to work long term to be viable. So um, it does seem like there's more controls in place to me.
Yeah, I think at least some. 100%. Speaking though of all the multi-purpose service structures and just all of that stuff, how have you been getting the they're not blueprints, but I'm still not sure. What are we supposed to call them? Because the right to build is a mouthful. The license to build makes you sound like a realtor James Bond. I don't. What am I supposed to call these things that let me build these structures? Give me a word. Anyway, have you been getting them?
I've gotten three so far. Um, I haven't quite made up my mind if I'm going to push further and be more of a licensure, if you will. I'm. I think it's going to be. It comes down to again, what do you want to be in Upland, right?
Hmm.
Uh, and so I, you know, I think, I think being having these service structures, you can buy them. I mean, there are not many on the secondary market if you go to look, but you can buy them.
Right.
You can't ask someone to build them.
Hmm.
And if you are going to go deep in the uppies system, I think having the ability to build them yourself is going to pay off in the end if this becomes a big thing. So it's not just a licensing piece, it's very much a gameplay, return on gameplay piece, I think, depending on what your strategy is. But again, that also involves a lot of time and effort and commitment to it. So that's just something I feel like I'm getting a little bit maxed out on how many different things I do in Upland. So I've stuck with 3 for now, just to say I'm in it and I have a foot in it, or even just some toes in it at
Hmm.
this point. Um, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Scooby?
Oh, I love them. The only one I don't have is the police station because not a chief executive, and frankly, it was the only one I was on the fence about. ACAP, and I just so like it was like I was like, all right, cool. Plus, Pigeon's already got a line out the door. He's really cool working with people to get that started and whatnot. So if I think at some point if nobody sets up one in Hong Kong, which is where I'm setting up my base. Really enjoying Hong Kong. Go Hong Kong. But
I like your
uh
shirt, by the way.
oh, thanks. Yeah, no.
Kind of
But
like,
if anyone there and because no one else is building there, I'll hit them up for one. But other than that, it's the only one I'm not particularly big in. I've got all the other ones, and keep them coming. I say keep them coming. I'm excited for what they can do for uppies. I'm excited for just like how they can. Uh, I'm excited for how they can affect the scoring system within Upland, the gamified elements of it to make it more dynamic and
mhm.
encourage more strategic gameplay. But most of all, I'm just excited for new fucking structures. I see so many people being like, oh, why would you get them? We don't even know if they're gonna have any utility. I'm like, they're gonna have at least as much as as the other 5 houses we've had. Like
Yeah,
just the nature of being able to build a store. Yes, I would like to do that. Like forget uppies. I just like having new stuff.
right. Not just another apartment.
Yeah. Like I'll keep getting them. Keep them coming. I'll keep getting them based on that alone.
Porta potties, let's go.
Well, I'm pretty sure somebody actually already sells porta potties as a map asset.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Okay. All right. Question for you then. So, you're a perfect person to ask for this, if since you just kind of want to get your toes in, but you're not all in on it. What is a service structure that if it came out, you'd be like grabbing that, getting that one?
Great question. I think if there's something in London or Londonite that attracts me, I'd probably be a little bit more curious if they start to do more cultural based service structures. Uh,
Okay.
I don't quite know, like if it was more of a fun type of one, maybe even one of the the old phone booths. I think that
Ooh.
would kind of make my day and be like, you know what, just a little bit of extra dough to get uppies there and something really cool and unique to have. I think I
Yeah.
would dig that.
I've 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 heard people talk about the idea of bus stops, and I think phone booths is a perfect a corresponding complementary one, and it makes now that we can build multiple structures on one location, it makes so much sense. It's like I was talking to hell, I don't remember who, but um the you have hospitals now, and I'm waiting for them to put out like a little security guard stand, and you just put that in front of the hospital. Now the hospital has security.
For sure. Yep. In police stations.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't point. I forgot to mention it's a hospital for the criminally insane. So right, right. You
So
gotta have fun.
alcohol definitely is going to keep up that one.
Right. But all right, cool, cool, cool. So that's how you. That's great. I'm really excited to see how your opinion fluctuates, or if it does, as more service structures come out. I love your idea of service structures being localized culturally to the cities,
Yeah.
like the uppies are gonna be.
What do you think Hong Kong might look like?
Oh, if they did that, damn, I don't know.
That'd be something pretty cool.
Well, I mean, okay, so when I think of Hong Kong, the first thing I think of is harbor. Um,
Okay.
uh, I just watched Mortal Kombat the other day. And
Hmm.
so the Hong Kong harbor, and that's what's on my mind. But I don't know, a dojo?
There we go.
Like,
That
we know, I mean, Hong Kong's all about, kung fu and whatnot. So, yeah, why not?
Yeah, that would be awesome. It'd be very unique. It's not something you would see in any other city.
Mhm.
So
In Tokyo, they could have a sumo one, because Japan
yeah,
has sumo wrestling. I mean, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And in America, we'd have something for Chuck Norris. You know. All right. So we have the residents that are coming, but we're still waiting on finding out what the hell that's gonna actually like entail. Um, Dentist office, high school. I heard an interesting thing on the. Hold on, I have a note here. Who was it that said it? It was one of the community shows on Upland After Dark. Because I listen to as many of the community shows throughout the week as I can while I'm working. Um,
Mhm.
and one of the things they mentioned on their most recent one of them did, was colleges. One of them thought that colleges were a sure thing, were an inevitability for service structures. The other one disagreed because colleges are often multiple buildings. And so they said that if colleges come out, it'd be more likely that they would come out as the independent buildings to make up a full campus. What do you think about that? Multiple buildings as part of one service.
Well, I mean, obviously, we can let's just cut the chase a little bit here. We just added, Upland just added multiple buildings, so we're definitely headed in the direction of multiple complexities. So it would not be too surprising if multiple buildings, independent, that we have all of these things eventually, in my view.
Hmm.
Um, there's no reason why not to, I think, to have the most authentic freedom with expression, with buildings as they should be, and not too much of a permitting or restriction type mindset to the way the metaverse might look someday. So that would be my view on that. I do also want to point out there's a one of the most expensive neighborhoods in all of Upland is School, I believe, in Oakland, the city of Oakland, and they've been pushing, I believe, Uplando for kind of a school system since way yesteryear. So having colleges that there's no friction with how you build, I think would be the most beautiful setup.
Oh, can you hear me? I've apparently been on mute. Hello? I was on mute, apparently. My bad.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. That that's one of mine. As soon as you said school, and neighborhood push, I was like, wait a minute, that's Uplando, isn't it? 'Cause, yeah, I remember. I
Right.
absolutely remember. And honestly, it's been a while since I've heard about that. I'm
Mhm.
ecstatic to hear about it in any capacity, and that anything is still happening regarding that. And um, about him, I haven't talked to Uplando in a hot minute. But used to regularly, and he's a cool dude. Wish him well. Hope he's doing well.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see here. Trying to get through everything. Let's see. We're running on something. Hold on. Why is my internet slowing? Hey, you get back up into the green, you. What are you doing? Whatever. All right, looks like we're a little bit over an hour. Doing good on time. Internet is back up. Sorry for that, everybody. Again, this is the first time I've actually live streamed like this. My internet used to be shit, now it's better, but I'm still working on how everything works. Moving on. Moving on to Rome. Yeah, I know. Seamless transition. How you feel about Rome?
Well, we apparently and clearly won't be able to build Rome in a day. uh,
Bullshit. We got Abdullah on our side if he ever wakes up.
Yes, that'll be big A is actually always the big question mark in every city release. I definitely see that coming. I think he's close to a billion UPEX liquidity at this point. It's wild. Um, I'll be there as usual. I have no major. I've been to Rome in real life. It's an amazing city. It's got a very metropolitan feel, like any big city. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I've never been a fan of tier one being tier threes though. The tiering thing.
You don't like that?
The whole London and Tokyo uh, debacle that's still with me. And City Pigeon saying Big A has 800 million UPEX liquid right now, almost.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, Rome will be great.
Um, Rome. First of all, that's awesome that you've been there. I almost got to go in college, but did not get to. So oh well. But I'm somewhat excited for it. I am. I am ambivalent about the tier one versus tier three element of it. I know that some people have very strong opinions about it. I know that you have some strong opinions about it. And I get it. Um, I don't know why they do it exactly the way that they do, considering how long the gaps are between the expansions for some of these. Because it's like, okay, great, it's officially this tier one in about 5.5 years. Like, well, now hold on. Like, if my kid's gonna graduate high school by the time this reaches tier one, I don't know about this.
That's why, to me, I'm not a fan of it because I basically just view it as we're tier three, and this is me pretty much for my career in Upland. And asterisk, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. Joey thinks it could have been started at a tier two, and you know what? We've all got opinions about that. I still like. I don't really. Tiers of a city are like pretty low on my list of priorities for what I care about regarding like if that's a city I'm interested in. I'm way more into like just do I like the city.
Yeah,
Um, but I also in that what tiers are supposed to represent, like Hong Kong, I'm like, really tier three? It's the most expensive city in the world, and it's the city that you chose for your own Genesis season.
right. Yeah, it's definitely tier two or one. I've done an analysis and rundown on that. It's there's basically practically no way you can take the three factors that go into the tier system, which are price, iconic, and size. And if you look at like the only thing that goes against Hong Kong is the size. But even then, with 20,000 properties, is more than twice the size of Miami Beach, which is tier two. And Park City is tier three and has 4 times less properties and is definitely not as known as Hong Kong, in my view. And I've been to Park City extensively and love it, but still not Hong Kong. So it is what it is. But in any case, Rome will be great. Um, and it's definitely deserving to be more than tier three. Is my point.
Yeah. One thing. Hold on 1 second.
Mhm.
There. Okay. Yeah, the game went a little weird for a second. But what I really with I guess, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, but like if Rome, if Upland had decided that Rome was tier one, officially tier one, and they had Rome already in the pipeline, and it being like the most well-known ancient international city, I still don't understand why Rome wasn't the Genesis city and we aren't getting Hong Kong now. I'd still be more interested in Hong Kong than Rome, but it feels like they buried the lead.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have the uppies ready. They did a switcheroo. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and the uppies that they had are from Rome. So yeah, I guess yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. I do like the uppies though. I like the little guy with his
Yeah.
espresso, the Italian chef with his pizza and the sauce all over his apron because he cooks it with love. All right? He cooks it with love.
I also really like the way they've turned out these uppies to where it still has a tinge of a llama look in these cartoons.
Mhm. Mhm. Um I like that they are doing the animal anthropomorphizing, like personifying thing. I like the leeway that's going to give them for variety.
For
Oh,
sure.
hold on. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Well, receive more video, YouTube. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Be better. Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna assume it's working fine. Whatever. I've got, like I said, I'm also recording this. I'm gonna be releasing it as an audio podcast every week, and I will it's streaming live, but I will take the recorded video and put that in the channel, so it'll also show up in like people's subscriptions and whatnot. It'll
Cool.
it'll be places. Anyway, but what I like that with the uppies. The variety that they're going to leave themselves open to as they go for different cities with different animals to represent those different cultures.
Hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Maybe we will get an uppy version of pandas for China.
Bamboo and all too. Once totems become
Oh yeah,
life with.
yeah. No, I like that. I like it. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna keep on going here, and it says error. YouTube's not, receiving enough video, but I don't know how to fix that. uh, oh, someone says they're having City Pigeon's having no issue with the stream. Okay, you know what? Maybe YouTube's just lying to me. You know what? Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you. Fair enough. All right. So yeah, we got the different uppies, the old country Italian uppies, the Caesar type uppie. Um, you know, good stuff. Are you gonna go in on Rome hard at all? You gonna try and like?
I have 800, not billion or million epics. Like I have 800,000 epics currently. So I don't know how the next week is going to shake out before Rome. Um, and the what is it? The average property price is 38,000 epics. So this is not a cheap play. What I'm also noticing is that in these expensive cities, that there's a better chance on the back end, not the front end of minting, but the back end, that there might be some valuable collection properties to mint at the end, where they have, not everybody collects everything. And so it's all free for all and that multiple at the end of the season, just like we had for Hong Kong. So I'm kind of holding back a little bit for that possibility. I think that might be the better way to strategize for some of these higher tier, higher mint cities.
Yeah. You asked earlier, by the way, or not asked, but you mentioned the average property size, average property price.
Hmm.
Words are hard. And yeah, 38,162 with a minimum being 1155, which is gonna be great. Any new FSA players scooping up
Oh,
1,100 Upland properties in fucking Rome. Oh
skyrocket. It'll be
God.
Upland.
It's gonna honestly, I foresee FSA buyers the likes of which we haven't seen in years. People being like,
Hmm.
"Here, I'm gonna front you 150,000 upics. Just please get me as much as you can."
Yeah,
Or however it works now, because they changed that whole system, and I don't even understand it now. It's like what they get like 10 or something.
yeah, 10 lifetime is what I would recall. Yeah, so it's not. It's difficult to do deals with FSA players at this point.
Yeah,
With
you gotta find more of them. You gotta cast your net wider, I guess. You know.
more referrals, more new players, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, their total property is 26,660. Uh-oh, three sixes in the middle of that number. Because Rome, Vatican, yeah, had to say it. But yeah, 20% of which are going to be FSA properties. So there are going to be a good bit for the FSA players. Good for
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
Maximum price, 5.5 million upics. Would have thought higher. I would have thought higher.
Hmm. Hmm. And
Like,
I feel like a lot of those are the more, they have to be in more coveted areas to be justify that price, or for anybody to buy them.
yeah, although you know what, I said that I would have thought higher because I'm thinking of just how crazy historical Rome is.
Mhm.
Excuse me. But as I look right below the maximum price, I see all the landmarks, and I'm realizing that well, they just took all of the properties that would be way more, and they just made them all landmarks.
There you go.
Now it
All
makes
right.
sense. I mean, shit, we got the Colosseum, the Pantheon, Temple of Saturn, which Saturnalia, fucking OG Christmas time. Um, like, any one of these would be really cool to have. So that's just gonna be awesome to see happen. And they're still doing the thing right where landmarks have like their own special buildings?
I well, so I know, for example, they had the monuments on special buildings, and that seemed to what was it? Big A with his Lusail Stadium
Yeah,
monument. But as far as special structures, I'm not too sure.
I thought like the Empire State Building type of
Right,
stuff. You know what I'm
right,
saying? But like,
yeah.
I hope they
Uh,
do, cause Coliseum, you gotta build that.
oh, that would be beautiful.
Come on.
It has to be more of a monument because it's a stadium.
Well,
But
it's
uh,
listed
what,
as a yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Um, or maybe that's the kind of thing where it's like they'll release the landmarks in wave one, and then in the expansion you'll actually get the building to put on your landmark.
will we be able to rent these landmarks, or is this part of the like a special sale, probably some
I
sort of?
assume it's going to be a mix of giveaways from the passes combined with future type stuff.
Right.
Right. Spy. No, Spy says I hate him because he's an Eagles fan. No, 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 no. You misunderstand me entirely. It has nothing to do with hating Eagles fans or even it. It's the fervor of the streets of Philadelphia, win or lose after these big games that I see and hear about, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit at home. It's not for me. um, but yeah, hold on. They got the passes. Are you gonna get a pass?
I will get a pass. I think my biggest reason is the whole building
Mm,
wave of late. For the first time ever, I believe with a pass you get a unique structure
hmm
uh, license. So,
A
um,
Rome ranch house.
okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I guess that helps with the uppies in some way too, having more residential units too, and the living structures, living units. What is that? What it is? So
Right. Doesn't say
uh,
how many living units it has here, but probably the same as a regular ranch house, or something. But
mhm.
yeah, I have to assume with the uppies that an attractiveness thing for them, it's going to be variety. That's another thing that I heard them discussing on Upland After Dark. They were talking about the point values of service structures and how they're going to apply to these uppies, given that you're having like I think there's like a bowling alley and a theater. They're both entertainment, but one's bigger than the other. Does the bigger one get more points? So you want to just build more bigger ones, or how is that going to work? Because how that would adversely affect a smaller or a neighborhood of smaller properties that can't fit those bigger structures.
Right.
I think it's going to be the law of diminishing returns. I think it's going to be like let's say it is by size. I think it's going to be the first 5 theaters are worth 10 points, then the next 5 are worth 8 points, then the next 5 are worth 6 points. I think they're going to diminish like that so that it doesn't matter as much how many big properties you have in a neighborhood, because after so many you're not helping your score by building it.
I would love that. It would be much more of a realistic form of building utility in that sense, and how many service structures are really needed in a city. So if they map it that way, that would be very well designed.
Yeah. And hey, Upland, if you're watching and you want to just pretend that was your idea the whole time, I won't say anything. Won't say a word.
Upland, you're welcome to note that.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, please. We're trying to throw you bones left and right. Um, are you gonna go for any of the block explorers that they're selling for Rome?
I have not once done block explorers.
No,
Uh,
not once.
Maybe time. um, uh, I I don't have a block explorer shop, so if I did, I'd be much more inclined. Otherwise, I'm not sure, and I'm not collecting them, so they kind of just sit in my account. That's my biggest problem at this point.
That's fair. I I have a decent collection, and I keep the I like just every now and then switching up my block explorer. It's like, I mean, I really I treat it like like your avatar. And yeah, usually I'm Scooby, but every now and then, especially in October, I like to switch to the bloody one, the Jason mask, with the knife and everything.
Right,
Um,
right.
and then I got some other ones I really enjoy. I've got the director like slate cutting one, the popcorn
Mhm.
one. I've got a samurai one, and just
Oh,
depending on how
the
I'm feeling at
samurai,
a
yeah.
time, I switch them. I also since they started implementing the cosmetic, the backgrounds and the overlays from the seasonal passes, I mix and match. I treat it like my wardrobe. I love it.
You're right. And City Pigeon was mentioning you can sub merchant in some be bees in someone's shop. I've been doing some of that. Just staying committed to it is a thing. But yeah, no, I will say the block explorers look amazing. They've done a great job with some of the latest ones. The design for Rome looks really solid all around. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'll be looking forward to what this all comes to. I think Rome is going to be a destination city for some players, maybe even residents.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be the first city we get uppies in. If we, yeah, so that's totally reasonable that Rome therefore would be where we get the residents first. Damn, I hadn't
Yeah.
thought about that. Hmm.
And the fact that they paused neighborhood ratings, it's a great opportunity for someone to make it a node,
Mm-hmm.
be a pro resident, uppy resident, put it all together, and then once neighborhood ratings are released, you pretty much have a fresh plate of active players in that community. I mean, that's like that's like a perfect way
Mm.
to kick off the relaunch of neighborhood ratings.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I will probably get well, I don't know. I'll probably get the scooter block explorer. You know,
Mhm.
scooters are cool, and I like that. I like the type of colors they're coming in. Um, the Gladiator helmet and the SPQR Eagle are not as attractive to me. They're also more expensive, so I'll go for the $5 Scoot Classico. But yeah, other than that, I'll get the like just like you. I'll get the pass.
Mhm.
I always get a city pass. I just cause I collect them all because they're fun, and I'm still waiting to be able to go into our structures and put them on the wall. You know,
Cool.
why not?
Good.
I'm not gonna get a deluxe bundle. You spending the $100?
No, haven't done it. Maybe we'll itch for it someday, but yeah.
Yeah.
But usually the best properties seem to land there for the most part. So I'm not knocking anybody to do the deluxe bundle for sure.
Mhm. Mhm. And it also does come with its own unique structure that can be built all over Rome. So
Hmm.
at least I think it's yeah, it's the Rome townhouse. And it's cool enough, but yeah, it's not hitting me like Hong Kong did. So
Yeah.
I'll go for the UpX bundles. You got
Good.
the
Yeah.
curated, yeah, which everyone will. Those will, as we all know, sell out lickety split.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They need more ways for us to burn UpX. Like, I still don't understand why they don't implement more ways for us to burn. Like, I know they make money selling sins for $1. I know because I buy them.
Mm.
But I wish they wouldn't sell them for $1. I wish they'd sell them for 5,000 UpX.
Right.
Let the
Hmm.
let the community burn the UpX.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
They want to.
especially for city releases, I think you'd want to have players with less UpX, so they want to spend in USD if you're up one. But
Mhm.
yeah, but there's the front end is not as much UpX positioning. So yeah, that would be great. And to your point about the sends, uh, there's so many more ways they can boost the sends piece. Like have special powers for your block explorer to float in a certain direction
Mhm.
accurately, or speed boosts or things. I'd love to see them expand that more, both for them and for players. There's a lot of untapped opportunity.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of suggestions like that for a while about the different utilities like you just suggested that could be offered for sins and in regards to travel and for a while I just resigned myself to saying, well, this is all placeholder for real world for real travel anyway. They always said that eventually the sins and airplanes were temporary and eventually we'd actually be moving,
Mm-hmm.
like you do. But here we are. And not only do we not have real travel, we've actually monetized sins themselves, and you can now straight up just buy them. And
Right.
while that's convenient, it does give me pause about real travel being on the horizon.
Right. And why spend if it's just going to be obsolete eventually? So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, about let's see, we're going about an hour and a half here. I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon. Got a couple more community type things we can talk about, but first I'm gonna see how the thing is going here. How do I? There we go. Okay. So team one, you're out. Team three, you're out. Team two and four, you're still going. So it's now between teams two and four. So we'll come back and check on that in just a little bit. And in the meantime, let's talk about the seasonal tasks. Those things that you do. What are they called? The tasks. Have you done your treasure hunting?
Other stores.
Right, chores, honestly. Yeah, it's a better word for it. No shit. Have you gotten yours?
Yes, I've done the treasure hunting. That's kind of my bread and butter, one of the things I do regularly anyway. So this is nothing new for me.
Right on, right on. Oh, and 2 and 4, by the way, is Team 2 is City Pigeon and Spy. Team 4 is Cascamar. So you know, good luck.
Cascar holding his own all single-handedly there.
Yeah, yeah. And spoiler alert, I had like 8 or 9 prizes to give away. There are 7 people playing. So if you work real hard on that math, you might figure out that you're gonna get a prize regardless. So I'll let people know which prize they get. I've got it ordered by what place you are in the game. So yeah, we'll play that by ear. And this is probably the last time I'm gonna use this particular game since it keeps changing the damn angle and stops giving me things to look at. Anyway, I got my last competitive chest. I think like last night or this morning. I actually got a couple exclusive chests this time.
Very
I'd
good.
never gotten
Okay.
an orange one.
Wow. So you're starting to get speedy.
Yeah, I got proud of myself. Yeah, yeah.
Are you doing it on computer or the mobile app?
I did. I hunted on both. I think I only actually succeeded on my phone. Not the
Okay.
app itself. I don't use the app. I use a browser as I made a
Within your
web app. I made a web
Okay.
app of the mobile site because I the that whole app store issue. I'm not paying extra money.
Right, right.
But so the mobile site on my phone worked fine for me. I got them all. Took some doing, but got them.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of myself.
Awesome.
8 to
Yeah,
go.
I got a few excuses. I've skipped the rares and the 2-1. I don't compete with the beast there, but yeah. I assume you're hunting in Hong Kong, right?
Mm. Yep, it's where I had the best web just by how hard I went into it. Yeah,
Exactly.
so that worked out pretty well for me.
Nice.
Um, yeah, yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to see where the tax evolve for this season.
Mm.
I'm expecting that the season pass would be one of the tasks. Usually, that seems to always be one of the front runners, but not this time. So, I wonder what the thinking is.
Yeah, the only way I could see it being included is if they do a task that involves burning or having already burned passes
Oh,
slash assets
okay.
some like they've done in the
Right.
past.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they
Yeah.
don't because I like them keeping it week to week and applying it retroactive like that would go against the spirit in my opinion. So I kind of
Oh,
hope they don't.
it's like doing a laundry list chore that you've already done. Okay. Or that
Yeah.
you didn't do, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah. No kidding. So I just to wrap up some of the stuff.
Cool.
Listened to like I said the different community shows this week. Which man there are a lot of good community shows. Which we are now on the Upland TV guide graphic that's being circulated around. Which
Oh wow.
I need to get so that I can also put it places.
Mhm.
Um, and I've been trying, as part of that, to kind of keeping. I'm almost never able to actually watch the other stuff live, but I listen to it the next day.
Mhm.
Um, and there's some cool opinions out there. The Hyde Park Ninjas, they had Antu Queen 2 as their guest on there earlier in the week, and she was showing off the different things that she had made, talking about her path in Upland, how she came from TikTok and lost her visitor pass, and so that's why there's a 2 apparently at the end, because we've all been there. Um,
Mhm.
and how she
Yeah.
learned Blender and everything. I looked at some of her stuff, and there's cool stuff there. They also ate a dish on there that I'm curious if you ever heard of. She suggested a dish to them of watermelon with salt and lime chili powder.
That's a new one.
Have you ever had watermelon with salt and lime chili powder? I have not.
I haven't had even watermelon with one of those. I don't even know if I've had lime chili powder by itself or with anything.
Yeah, I certainly never would have thought to, but they all really liked it. They tried it on stream.
Huh.
They all said it was good, and I'm just like, well, shit, maybe. All right. I mean, Maybe. Yeah. So now in the back of my head, I'm just like, I might have to try that sometime.
Do it during the city release.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then, like I said, I was listening to just all of them, and I figure that one thing that we can talk about on this show, being Saturday, being the end of the week, is anything interesting that happened on the other shows that's not an article that is already being covered. I could give them a shout out for and everything, like with Antiqueen and everything. Because we are all one big community, and we gotta interact like that, you know. But I am going a little bit longer than I meant to, so we're also playing it by ear. Um, yeah. Do you listen to any of the other community shows? Do you have the chance to during the week? I don't know what your weekly schedule's like.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in a transitionary figure it out phase, but I've been listening to the Meant to Be E with City Pigeon and Puppet. Um, and I'm curious, haven't gotten into the transition with the 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 Apex podcast with Too Stupid to Win. Curious to
Oh,
see
right.
his show. But yeah, I'm mostly overextended right now. But Meant to Be E is probably the one I'm most. I'm really liking their animations and their comedic approach.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, no, they've got a pretty polished show. Yeah, no, I really like watching theirs. Well, mostly listening. Although I do try to watch bits of it, and they have a lot of really cool segments. They've got really good transitions and everything, and I hope to one day reach their level. But baby steps. Baby steps. Which speaking of them, I don't know if you did, if you did, if you listened to the most recent one, you know that that puppet got banned from the Discord, and that's why I started out saying we miss you, puppet. That
Yeah,
sucked. Uh,
yeah. Hmm.
and we don't have to really, go all in. The only thing I want to say is that you just you don't post pictures of DM in a public chat on blast. That's bad etiquette. Doesn't matter who you are, really, where you are. It's generally bad etiquette. That's my final opinion on it.
For sure. Well, we're sticking to Meant to Be E, and um, that's where we're at with that. So
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I was really happy to listen to it though and learn about the Upland Action platform, the Upland auction platform. God, I need to do like Ron Burgundy elocution things. Unique New York, unique New York.
I'm not familiar with the Upland auction platform. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard about it either. I remember there being stuff like that back in the
Oh,
day, but I didn't know that there was a modern one. And I did. I checked out their Discord server over the last day or so, and yeah, it's really cool. They got their shit together. They're working on getting their bot fine tuned for the auctions, but they've got a bunch of like really good policies in place to keep it fair and in line. And um, yeah, I think I have a notification now. I'm working on getting it to where I can make sure that I catch the different things they got going on because I'm gonna start bidding and start selling stuff.
that can be a way to get a great deal when you can't be a sniper or
They
whatever.
they have they have a role for people that like sniping. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I'm gonna look into it. It's cool stuff.
Bit of everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I watched Lightning. Well, again, watch. I say watch. I listened to Lightning Leg this past one, most of it
Mhm.
anyway. And yeah, I now see. Yeah, he does treasure hunt a lot. He clearly knows his stuff about it.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah. Uh, he said, if I understood correctly, that he has a Discord bot for a treasure countdown timer, like for this. And I'm just like, that's something cool that I wish was in the Upland server, just because once it just says charging, I'm just like, well, okay.
Right, right. And I know I know one of the. I think yeah, it definitely needs to be more layer one-ish. Some of that I feel like because like the other day on Upland Discord, someone was asking one of the community managers, well, Squamuza, what are the competitive hunt cities, and he was saying, well, I know that someone's made a bot for it in another server, and there's a way to access it, but you would think that Upland would want to take the lead on
Oh, that's so Upland. So there's an answer for you. We're not providing it, but it right over there. Thanks. Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah. And then yeah, you mentioned Too Stupid for Web3, which
it.
I just completely missed this past week. I didn't catch it at all. That was on
One was on it recently too, if I'm
who
not mistaken.
who?
X1 the gamer. Yeah,
Yes, he was on. He was on one of the earlier episodes.
recently.
I think I
Yeah.
caught most of that one, and then there was one with Elijah. I'm pretty sure that I think I
Okay.
caught a little bit of. But I just completely missed his most recent one. Um, so it probably wasn't that good. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not gonna. When you said though that you were talking about like getting into the Upix podcast, or what it's turned into, I was like, oh no, did no one tell? Oh, okay. You're like, yeah, I'm getting into the Upix podcast, and I'm just like, how do we tell him? Oh no.
Yeah, thank me later, right?
Yeah, right. Oh man. All right. So well, that's pretty much all I've got to talk about. Like that I've got loaded up, other than doing a Nolt of the week. But I don't think I even have that bookmarked, so we will start that next week. Um, do you have, I know I've done a lot of talking. I do that a lot. Is there anything that you've wanted to say that I've been too jabbering about?
uh, I think you've covered it. We've covered. I feel like I've gotten a clue, and I'm not as clueless, which is the key here. So, and it looks like the chat. There's no more new questions, so I think we've solved it this week.
Okay, time for time for the open AMA. Ask me anything. No, I mean, well, if you want to in the chat, I guess you can. I'm looking at the war right now, and yeah. So, do we have a winner? We're gonna have a
There's
winner very soon. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and just vamp for just a minute. Let's see what can we talk about. All right, so you say then that you're not really that into BEs, and you had never really like bought one in the sale or anything. So bearing that in mind,
right.
do you have a favorite block explorer aside from presumably your director's block explorer? You know, everyone's director's block explorer, that's their baby.
Right. Right. Ah, I want to say the I really like the Jackie Thigh, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Their collection. It just I love the extra little intricacy of the block explorer, the detailing, the artistry. I would love to see more block explorers that have more of that artistic presentation and don't look as much like AI. I know
Mhm.
there's kind of a movement about okay, which block explorers does it look like up when used AI or I really like the I feel like when you look at the Jackie Sai collection, you can see it being more on something you would put on OpenSea. That more has that true NFT feel. So, hopefully, as time passes, there will be more of a movement in that direction. I think would be
Mhm.
good for Apple.
Yeah, the Jackasai ones were definitely really cool. I don't know if I actually grabbed any of the Block Explorers there, but I remember seeing the Block Explorers and the structure ornaments and going just, like, damn, I love the Dia de los Muertos skull type aesthetic. It's always just a really cool thing to see. And
Okay.
yeah, no, I know for whoever I just think it was Spy talking about the battle going on forever. It did not restart. One team has 6,000 units left, and the other has 17,000 units left. They did each start with apparently like 10,000 or 100,000 soldiers. So yes, okay, I know this can be tweaked a little bit. In the future, I'll probably either lessen the amount of people fighting, pick a different game. We'll have like I've done this before in a bunch of different ways. I've used sports games where people pick a sports team and the teams play. I've done it with Mortal Kombat type games where you pick a fighter and we do just a bracket style. So there's a lot of fun ways to do this. But I am gonna go ahead and call it. Team 4 is the winner. Team 2 would have to make a hell of a comeback right now. It's 16,000 to 5,000, and it just doesn't look like that's happening. I'm
Or
really, yeah. Which is the Knights. So I'm just saying, Knights are the best faction. This has been proven here. You saw it live and in person. I don't make the rules. I'm very sorry. Knights
four
win.
and I mean, this is screaming London 4 eventually. Gotta happen.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So that's gonna be team 4, team 2, team 3, team 1. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Let me write that down. And that's gonna be the order for prizes being given out. 4, 2, 3, 1. And those prizes, in case you all haven't been paying attention, those are listed here somewhere. Shit, where did I put them? Oh no. Oh no. I lost them. I gotta tell people what they're winning. There we are. Whew, they're right here. 2 complete collections for Hong Kong. The Yau Tsim Mong. It's a purple collection. So we got 2 full ones of those. Then there's going to be 2 sets of 25,000 Upics. 2 sets, or not 2 sets, but 2 block explorers. I haven't picked which ones yet, but they're going to be cool ones. I promise. 2 5,000, 2 sets of 5,000 sparklets staked to a build, till completion, and then 2 OG structure ornaments. I'm talking the OG Christmas structure ornaments with Santa drinking beer on the house and getting stuck in the chimney and yeah, I got a shitload of those. So I'm gonna give a bunch of those away. So anyway, I've got the winners. I've got the order. I know you all. Be looking in your DMs. I'll message you. You'll get your prizes. Sirness, it was a pleasure having you, and look forward to having. Do you want to be a permanent co-host? Probably should have asked you this off air, put you on the spot, but I'm gonna do it now. Do you want to be a permanent co-host? Do this every week?
We may certainly explore. So we'll be in touch in DM for sure.
All right, yeah. And if not, that's totally cool. And if you want to be here every week, you're always welcome, man. But that's gonna do
Awesome.
it here for us, the Clue Crew. Thank you all for showing up, and we will be here next week, same time, same place. And until then, stay cool, everybody. I'll catch you cats and kittens on the flip side.